Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are going to be taking a first look at a upcoming real-time strategy war game called Regiments. This is a game that's being developed by Bird's Eye Games and published by MicroProse, and it comes out, I think, on the 15th. I'd have to double check, but it's coming out in about a week's time. So this is sort of a preview, if you will, a first look at this game. Now, this is, you can see there's a couple of different game modes here. This is, if the way you think of it is, I think it's kind of similar to a game like Eugen Systems' Wargame series, but instead of focusing really heavily on multiplayer, these games are going to be focusing more on single player. You've got a tutorial here. Obviously, there's a couple of different tutorials on how you play. You've got a skirmish mode where you can kind of build your own custom or sort of generated battles here. And then you've got the operations mode here as well. There's also apparently a Regipedia where you can get information on a whole slew of different type of weapons platforms for the Soviets, because this is a Warsaw Pact gone hot World War III type game. So you've got the Warsaw Pact units, you've got the Soviet units, United States, West Germany, United Kingdom, Belgium, unit types, game mechanics, a whole bunch of information here in the Regipedia. Regipedia, get it, like regiments, but like in Wikipedia combined into one. Aha! And then you have the operations here. We are going to go ahead and play operations. We have nothing that we have open here. It's a little bit confusing to me. Like, I would think when you go into operations, it would say select one, but you actually have to pick a blank saved spot here, and then you can go into regiments or into the operations here. So it looks like there are 7 different regiments currently available here. There's an introduction, which I guess it's just giving me an introduction on the actual campaign. So June 30th, first front-wide ceasefire in almost a month of bitter and chaotic fighting, a breath of respite for the mauled regiments and brigades on both sides from the former Iron Curtain. Germany's divided into East-West was always a focal point of the global struggle between the Soviet Union and the United States, titans of their corresponding political doctrines. In a sense, it was only natural all hell went loose here once in less than 60 years. Years have passed since people on both sides of the Berlin Wall, so I think it's like a 1980s scenario. We're still alive. I might as well start to organize the tons of notes and records and reports we've amassed over the last month. There's very little I can do to stop the unfolding events, but at least there's hope of understanding. It all started with a skirmish not that far. Okay, so actually, I'm going to guess this is just telling, this is like a flashback type thing where he's like, oh my goodness, here's all this information about the story that unfolded here. So it's operation. So you can see dissidence is the first operation. So this is just an introduction, a briefing, if you will. And it seems like it's going to be sort of the flashbacks or the memories of the regimental commander, who I'm assuming is me. So you can see the first battle is Dissidence. Takes place on June 3rd to June 4th, 1989. Rogue elements of the 4th MSD have carved out a nest around Eisenach and are now gathering forces. Empowered by the state of emergency, the 7th Panzer Division is tasked to root out the rebels. Okay, that's interesting. It all started back in the day. Colonel, we've just received new orders. The goal of our march west is finally clear. The good news is that the rumors of the new war are just that, rumors. Haha, that's what you think. We're not going to cross the border into West Germany. The bad news is that the mass strikes that occurred across the country got much worse. Okay, so this is like 1989. Things aren't going well for the Soviet Union. There's anti-Soviet protests, I'm guessing. And now there's a group of rebels that we have to put down. Most of the 4th Motorschützen Division has defected from the chain of command. They took positions northwest of Erfurt, clearing out the local Stasi and party presence. So the Stasi are kind of the secret police, or not so secret police, in East Germany. The attempts to suppress the news have largely failed, and their example has swayed a lot of those with wavering loyalties. They call themselves the forces of Free Deutschland Republic. The situation is unacceptable and must be immediately resolved before too many people fall into this insanity. Their proximity to the critical section of border prevents a grave risk too. Your 16th Panzer Regiment will start the operation right away, even as the rest of our 7th Panzer Division is still stuck in traffic jams and unruly crowds. Rally the remaining pockets of Loyalist forces, defeat the mobile groups of the 4th MSD, and strike right into the heart of the rebel enclave. The discipline and speed should allow you to overcome the superior numbers. The state of emergency gives you full freedom of action. Spare nothing in destroying the enemy. So, it would appear we are a East German Panzer Regiment fighting against a separatist group in Eastern Germany that are part of the Free German Republic in 1989. So this is the sort of crisis stage to see how things unfold. I'm not going to touch any of the advanced rules. This is literally my first look at this game, so it may be a little bit rough as we kind of figure out how to play. But the objectives: rally local forces, defeat the 4th MSD mobile groups, and destroy rebel command network. We will play on medium difficulty. There are 3 stages to the battle. Okay. So, last preparations before hundreds of vehicles would cross the line of departure, the anticipation was palpable in the air. So, it looks like our unit consists of a BDR-M2, T-72 M1s, BTR-70 riflemen, and what are SANI? Indirect fire? What the heck are these things? They're like not even BTRs. I don't even know what that is. It's like an Met Lab or something like that with maybe a mortar in the back. The Schikula and Mi-24 Heinz. Okay. Deployment points, tactical support, supplies. I'm assuming I can use this to like... I don't even know if I can... attack aids more often. So you can spend some of your points or prestige operational authority here to get more tactical support, more deployment points, or more supplies. So you can see we have 150 operational points. Can be converted to other types of points used to request new task forces and upgrade existing ones. Okay. We'll just move forward here. So a new set of facts, raw and random, aching to be sorted out. Blitz. Phase lasts for 5 minutes less, plus 100 supply points, plus 200 deployment points during this phase. So we select the event for the next phase. Do we want to do a blitz? Do we want to do recon focus, add an extra recon tac aid? Do we want to do enemy psyops, minus 30% suppression resistance, platoons may retreat on their own? Or do extended operations, which cause the phase to last longer? Shorter phases, but with more points. I'm usually a conservative player on these kind of games. I don't usually rush headlong, so I feel like extended operations is the direction to go for my play style for these kind of games. In operations, combat is divided into 20-minute phases. Objectives on the map can be completed over several phases. Plan accordingly. No, we're not doing balls to the wall, Pill. We're going slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So our troops... Let's see here. So this is, again, very much like a war game type game. There's all these different sections of the map that we need to take over. Interesting. So we're just getting into the gameplay here, and I'm just sort of getting myself familiar with the controls. The middle mouse wheel button I can press down to sort of pivot and swivel around. I can use the WASD keys to move without changing the axis on the map. So I was still figuring things out while I was recording this, because this is actually taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel. But these two objectives out here, Lauterbach East and West, these are AI controlled units. The units that you see on the bottom here, these T-72s and whatnot that you see here, are my units that I'm placing. But the units on those two objectives, Lauterbach East and West, are actually AI units that are not controlled by me. They are not part of my regiment. And so we basically have to take the map and the objectives before those AI units are overrun, because those are objective points that we have to hold. But really my goal here is to counterattack toward these red objectives here along this portion of the map, along this roadway, to take enough of the map so that the enemy withdraws to the next sector in this operation and then allows us to fight on the next map. But we have to make sure that we do that before our AI units are overrun by these enemy units. that are presumably about to be fighting. Now we are placing our units here. We can place up to one of each of these types of units. We only have a certain number of points you can see in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, which replenish every so often. But let's jump ahead to the fight. Part of my regiment. My troops are the ones here in the south. So there appear to be enemy vehicles here that we're flying out past. Perhaps, maybe not. Flying all the way out there by yourself, you're definitely not in good shape. In any event, the Mi-24s sure took up a lot of the enemy attention. And you can see these guys are moving forward here toward the objective. I mass selected, and so everybody's just kind of rolling up. Not probably in the most coordinated of manners. BTR-70s here. The Hind actually survived. Does change mode drop the guys? Yep, we just dropped our troops out. Okay, so we've got more points for more units to come up. I don't really know, like... I guess we can bring some indirect artillery support. So it looks like we are taking this objective. The AI is up here holding on to these other objectives. And then our indirect fire units here are shooting at those BTR-70s here. You can see these mortars in the back of the... I think they're the Met Labs. Does look like there's some enemy mortar fire or artillery fire coming down on us. We did manage to take this objective. Change mode. They really should rename that to like dismount or whatever, because it brings the infantry out. Using some tanks. Probably shouldn't be racing this armor up here all by itself. What do the enemy have? It's just infantry? Those look like they might be tanks. Alright, so we destroyed those enemy units here. So this BTR-70 is going to advance up the road toward Objective Charlie. We will keep this rifle unit here in these houses to hold whatever this is called, Bischofroda. And then our mortar teams here are launching indirect fire on these BTR-70s. Meanwhile, I've got more points I can use. So I'm going to use these Hinds to come in here and hopefully suppress some of these guys. Alright, those riflemen, I don't want them shooting at my Hinds, so we'll have that artillery hopefully suppress these guys. T-72s are low on ammo. Alright, our Hinds are knocking out these BTR-70s. T-72s here are sitting in the open a bit. Did I keep these guys? I did. I kept them in. They're tanks. So these are 20-minute long phases, so this is not like a fast playthrough, if you will. I don't think it's going to be a clickfest. I probably should have been a little bit more thoughtful in how I was moving units around. Let's move those mortars up. Does look like there's enemy T-55s and some BTR-152s that are engaging our defenders on these other sections, these other victory locations. These are reconnaissance platoons. I probably should have brought the BRDM-2s up sooner. Can these guys resupply here? They can. They're out of ammo. It says these guys still have ammo. I don't know what they're... Oh, their mortars are incoming now. I mean, it looks like they're wire guided. They kind of swivel a little bit like wire guided tow missiles, which is kind of cool. All right, so we've got mortars coming down on Charlie right now. I've held up my BTR-70s, although now they're suppressed. And the enemy is retreating from the mortar fire. And we finished them off. So the BTR-70s will advance to take Charlie. I need to bring some supply up, really. Supply trucks. Go engage whatever this is. These are like anti-tank vehicles shooting at me.
Zone captured.
All right, so we took Charlie now, so we've taken both Bischofroda and Charlie. Gonna move my artillery into the town here. These BRDM-2s are also gonna move into the town. We kind of, so here's where we're stuck. We've got to advance toward Hill 90 and also to these objectives. The flip side of that is we also have to move left to take Grove, Farm, and Facility. We've also identified enemy artillery over here near Naza, which is shelling our victory locations, or victory points, which we're defending, I guess. Supplies are ticking up, so that's good. I don't have enough deployment points yet. Nice. So our artillery here, these Sannies, shelled the hell out of the enemy anti-tank missiles on Hill 90. We'll leave this armor at Charlie to hold in position. Also, my Mi-24s helped. Actually, go ahead and get these guys, Mi-24s. We don't really have any ammo left in this T-72 unit. Shit. My Mi-24s are like racing out ahead. Just trying to go for their indirect fire. Why don't you guys actually get your hinds out of there? Now, if we take Hill 90, we're gonna get close to linking up with these victory locations at Ladderbach West and East. T-72 is gonna die. Well, T-72 died there. I don't have enough deployment points here. Okay. Retreat back to get more ammo. This T-72 unit doesn't have any ammo. Well, I hate to drive them all the way back for ammo, but... Okay. Oh, our BTRs are still alive here, huh? Nice. We're hitting them in the flank. You can see their health is decreasing. And then our artillery's coming in on these guys also. Our mortars are firing now. Under fire from what? Alright, we wiped out that enemy unit near Hill 90. Alright, Hind, fly north. Or I guess west. Alright, we're ticking up our deployment points. So we should be able to get more units on the scene here soon. We're going to take some supply trucks here and drive them up toward these objectives. Do these T-72s auto-replenish their strength or just supply here? Also good news, we took Hill 90. Alright, these guys are replenishing their ammo back here. Our Hinds are engaging these BTR-70s. Attack with 2 to 4 platoons involved. Where? Against the objectives over here or against me? So the key, is, I'm assuming here, is winning before the AI overwhelms your victory point locations here. I'm going to push on Grove from Vishkfroda. These Hinds are dealing with the enemy BTRs here in cover. Should be rearming the Sani here. I think that's how it works. Doesn't seem like they're... Like, why are you not replenishing them? I'm not clear on that. Alright, let's move this BTR up. And then the BRD M or whatever. They overran those forward elements of defenses in front of these objectives. So it appears there are some enemy T-55s and also some BTR-152s that are closing in on the actual objectives. Alright, we finished off that enemy unit here near Grove. These guys are reservists. I would think the defenders can hold okay. Move the Hind forward to farm. I think Grove is empty, so we should be able to take this pretty quickly. Alright, we've suppressed the enemy with our Hinds. And destroyed them. So Grove is falling. Whoops. Move the BRDMs up toward farm as well. I'm not sure if the enemy has any troops here. They do. BTR 70s. We'll move the BTRs up once we've got the
zone captured.
Grove secured. We do. Okay. Let's also move our artillery up. All right, so our supply truck, I don't really understand how supply works in this game. Oh, there you go. You just changed the mode there. Veterancy up. Okay. All right, move your BTR on top of these fuckers. Get your infantry out. There you go. Another assault on the main objectives here? Fucking A. That ain't good. All right, let's move our infantry over here. Maybe they can hit the enemy attack in the flank.
5 minutes remaining.
5 minutes remaining in this phase, I believe, not in the entire.
Zone captured.
All right, so farm is ours. Knocked out that enemy unit that was retreating. Okay. All right, Heinz retreat. Go get ammo. I'm assuming the enemy's going to attack toward Letterberg East and West. Hoping my platoon that I'm moving that direction can help. We only have, it looks like, one platoon left in each of these sections here. You just bought Warno. Is this worth it? I'm literally, this is the first time I'm playing. Oh shit. They're behind me. Maybe their attack is not going to go on the objectives. They're going to come after me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's similar concept, right? Like, very similar look. Oh, Bishfrod is being captured. All right, move our BTRs back this way. I don't have enough points to draw on reinforcements yet. We did our T-72s. I forgot about them that we sent back, so we'll go get them up to that base.
Zone lost.
Okay, so we lost this zone to the enemy counterattack. Got our own armor moving up. My artillery is firing on these guys. They did get some ammo back from the supply unit here, so maybe they can suppress these fuckers before they can move in on farm. What is that unit anyway? They look like reconnaissance, maybe? T-72s, don't wait back there and pot shot them. Go for the jugular. 2 minutes left in phase 1. Alright, so we drove the enemy armor back with the hinds. RDM2 destroyed. Farm's gonna fall. But at least it looks like this attack has fallen on my troops rather than on the objective spots. Raise the T-72s up to support Grove. Get the hinds up there also. BTR-70s will retake this objective. I mean, if this is technically a multi-phase, we've already taken all but 3 of the objectives here. The only thing I have an issue with these types of games in general is, like, they look pretty cool when you, like, zoom in on these screens here, but you almost never get to fight the battle at that close of a view.
Zone lost.
If it's going to say we lose because we didn't take all the objectives in the first 20 minutes, that's going to be annoying. T-72s. Hinds under attack. I love the already coming in over top of the hind. Suppressed.
Zone captured.
All right, we took the objective. Move them up. Also, I can call in more troops now. So give me another BTR-70. And a BRDM-2. And move both of them up to Grove. After action. Platoon of T-61s is annihilated. Phase 1. Okay. Blue. That's us. 58 dead versus 88 for the red. 115 blue wounded versus 252 for the red. 5 missing for the blue. 15 for the red. 175 to 355. So we lost? Seven objectives controlled. Okay. Phase 1 concluded. Operation state saved. That's interesting. So rather than play through the entire battle in multiple phases, it's a 20-minute phase 1, and then I'm assuming we fight phase 2. Does it, like, pick up exactly where we left off? So do we have to get to all the way to Mulhausen in this operation to win? Lauterbach, meeting engagement allied garrisons. So I have 257 authority. You can see we can restore lost units. So we're going to do that. Spending these operational points to do that. Leaves me with 187 left. Point gain and reload speed allow use of TAC aids more often. Or supplies, repairs and rearmament. I feel like deployment phase is the most useful. So I'll spend most of my points on that. I guess I'll get a little bit more in the way of supplies. Phase lasts for 5 minutes left, so we can go with a blitz or a recon focus. Let's go with the blitz this time. Let's see if we can rush a little bit more. Now, I'm curious if this is going to pick up exactly where we left off or exactly how that'll work.
New objective received.
So we took these objectives. We still hold these. Yeah, so this is literally picking up exactly where we left off. It looks like maybe the last battle was fought in nighttime and now it might be daylight. Pretty wild that we're like All right, these guys start with ammo. Okay. I think this is our, maybe the BTR 70s that we controlled. Can I move these guys? No, they're still in position there. Okay. So we've got to take these remaining objectives, and then I'm assuming it moves on to like the second and then the third battles on the map. We only get 15 minutes this time. We have 300 deployment points available to us. Can I deploy troops forward to here? No, they stay back. Nice that I have a supply unit further forward. Then I can't deploy. That's the other thing, is it doesn't look like I can stack deploy these units. We're stuck with like one per each of these types in the OOB. We can, and I didn't use the points over here on the left side. I didn't use those, which could be useful. So like we have the heavy artillery option here. So if we go ahead and hit these two units with that heavy artillery in 15 seconds. That's our TAC aid over here. So I think that'll be useful. And we'll have our T-72s pull back for a second. Game reminds you more of Armored Brigade than Wargame? Yeah, a little bit, I guess. I mean, they're all similar concept. Probably pull our Hinds out of the actual area of fire. How about you guys don't be on the ground when the artillery's about to pound you? Our mortars are incoming. Heavy arty, where are you? There it is. They're charging out of the artillery fire. Let's actually not forget to send our troops up from the bottom portion of the map. Get them all up here. All right, that enemy armor is suppressed and withdrawing. Get them while they retreat, boys. All right, infantry and armor move up and take farm. Heinz low on ammo, so fly back. And rearm. We're going to need to split off and take facility and clearing. Thanks for the follow, Dime, Good, and Mech, as well as Sign, and Grandview Slims, and Stratic. We're going to take this objective, then I think we're going to... Let's actually pull some of these BTRs out toward facility. Place that armor. Bring this armor up here. An enemy attack coming forward with 1 to 3 platoons. So I can't control these guys, huh? Those guys are in the open. Is the Hind reloaded yet? Alright, we'll select it.
Zone captured.
Yeah, these guys should be suppressed now. They're not yet. Come on, guys, get rearmed. Infantry, get out of those vehicles. Alright, Hinds are fully reloaded. Bring these BTRs up to assault facility as well. Bring our armor also. Oh shit, armor on our flank. Never mind, come back here. God, they keep coming in behind me. I guess I do have some units that the AI leads behind. They must be coming off this spawn point. I'll call in heavy artillery over here. Hind will come up. Hind is suppressed, it says. Well, heavy arty should be coming in here in a sec. The Hind is destroyed. That was fast. They must have a... Yeah, they've got Chivikiles, or however you pronounce them. Alright, so the arty is hitting them in the pants. T-72s are pulling up. Or those... No, those are BTRs. BTR 70 destroyed. Are we ever going to overrun these fuck? No, we probably are not. Alright, I do have points to call in more troops, right? Oh, some of these are on cooldown. Fuck. I don't really see any use for the anti-aircraft weapons because they don't really... I don't know, I mean, I guess they seem to be useful against me. But the enemy's not flying choppers around, so... They have a lot of troops in that facility. No one's attacking the AI victory points anymore, though, so that's, I guess, good. Right, heavy artillery. Let's go ahead and pound these guys northwest of farm. We'll bring my tanks forward. BTRs are going to use how many points? God damn it. They are overrunning me. That's a lot of fucking... Everybody run! Drop smoke. Maybe it'll give me some cover. That's cool, the airburst on the smoke.
Zone lost.
Alright, we lost farm. I think they lost all their anti-aircraft units. Get into those woods. Bring this armor up. I'm going into piecemeal, really. Alright, knocked out that one T-72 unit. We're just coming up and getting defeated in detail. Calling in more heavy artillery on these enemy positions here. I love how the Hinds are just chilling back here. at range. Maybe T-72s don't race into the oncoming artillery barrage. One thing I think is pretty cool is how when your artillery starts falling, the enemy charges you. That can be a double-edged sword for you. One, it exposes the enemy if you've got a good defensive line set up. But it definitely makes you vulnerable if... Definitely makes you vulnerable if your troops aren't ready and in position. Can you finish off these guys we're routing? Go reload. The enemy's definitely hitting me with indirect fire from over here. We're going to call in some heavy arty on them.
Zone captured.
Can we take out this enemy spawn point? Never mind. God damn it, there's so many fucking enemy troops. I need the ability to spawn more units. Oh god, look at all these Shikas, however you pronounce it. Three seconds. Alright, heavy already. Pound these guys. Got more T-72s showing up. They've got Strellas. Nice. Wrecking them. There you go. They just charged out to get away from the arty, and then we just... That entire formation came apart the second that heavy arty started falling. Okay, I don't know if the enemy still has a bunch of troops over on facility. We're gonna find out. I'd like to take another fucking objective. Shit, they're dropping smoke all over us. These guys are reinforcing the BRDM-2s. Two to four more enemy platoons are on the way. Nice. That was an enemy air unit that we just wrecked with our Sheikah. So they do have air units now, it appears. My Heinz. Get up there and go attack those enemy BTRs. Go defend farm. shit. The T-72s that I raced out toward that objective are dying in droves. Pull back. Get into the fucking facility. I think we wiped out the BTR to the right. Sandy's providing arty fire. Right, I think we're taking facility. I'm going to bring the Hind back over to the other objective where the enemy's presumably counterattacking. And I think we're about to take facility. Looks like it. Indirect fire's pounding it, but... Go knock out those T-55s. Gonna guess the Allies will... or not the Allies, but the Americans or NATO will provide a little bit of a better fight than T-55s. Not that we're winning easily, because we're not. Alright, so clearing is probably the next objective, right? They destroyed the BRDM.
Zone captured.
That was probably foolish. They're going to be out of the cone before. Those T-72s up. Why am I moving my Sandy forward? That's foolish. Can they go land here? Can these guys forward rearm? No. Alright, Sandy, pull back. You guys already have your troops dismounted, right? Bring these T-72s over here. What do the BTRs see if they move up this way toward clearing? Are all of the enemies coming from... I think they all come from the left. From over here.
Five minutes remaining.
Alright, the armor's going to come defend farm. Facility should remain ours. Got additional armor coming all the way up. Heinz. Rearm. There you go. It is only single player. I don't know how many I have. Do I have to take every single objective? I'm guessing I do. Let's move those BTRs north. I just want to figure out what the enemy has on those locations. Baller on a budget right now. Go take objectives with no support. BTR 70 under attack. Can you get into the woods? Oh no, it's from the flank actually. From over here. Hinds are rearmed to get them up. I don't know if they probably get to the front in about 3 minutes. I would think the enemy doesn't have too many points, assuming they play by the same rules as we do in terms of points for reinforcements and stuff like that. Oh, shit. Heavy already pound those T-72s before we die. Panzer, thanks for the sub. Appreciate the support for 7 months now. All right, maybe we can knock these guys out of their positions here, suppress them. Riflemen are supposed to have AT, right? Maybe not. Oh god, you're getting hit from 3 sides. Alright, where's the hind? Is it up? Keep moving. Gonna push these T-72s forward. Level 2 experience, or 3 maybe even. Alright, Artie. Artie should come down on these BTR-70s. I'm assuming they're BTR-70s. Or they're BMP-1s. Also got enemy shit hitting us from the flanks, but that heavy Artie should maybe dislodge these guys and let us move forward. Can we destroy the last enemy T-72 with our hind? Already low on ammo. Hey, we got it. BTR-70, is there anything over on this objective? There is. Shit. Get into the woods. We're not going to survive that.
One minute remaining.
Alright, we'll have to at least get these guys up here. Hopefully in time for the next fight. We lost that anti-tank unit. There we go. Can you get into the corner of this objective here while the fire comes down? I'm assuming their enemy is somewhere in this area. I should have used smoke to approach NASA. After action report. 9 victory objectives held. Phase 2, 10 minutes. Dead, 53 for a total of 111 so far in the operation. 85 for the enemy for a total of 173. 166 versus 259 wounded. 9 versus 14 missing. Total 228 versus 358. Vehicles 40 versus 57. 2 choppers versus 0. So they actually we didn't shoot them down with the Shvika. That wasn't an enemy unit. Okay. And so that'll move us to phase 3. I guess it counted it as a victory for Lauterbach. I guess we won that. Because it looks like this is the next battle. So I'm assuming the enemy withdrew. And that now we get to push forward to this next battle. With that being said, guys, I think that is going to do it for today. I hope you guys did enjoy this first look at Regiments, an upcoming RTS, or not really a traditional RTS, but a real-time tactical war game made by, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the developer name. I said that at the start of the video. Made by Bird's Eye Games and published by MicroProse. Comes out, I believe, on the 15th of August, so about a week from now. And an interesting looking game. It's a single player style game, Eugen sort of systems, sort of, you know, war game style game. But I think that's certainly worth a look, certainly probably worth playing a little bit more. But I hope you guys enjoyed your video. Let me know your thoughts. And that's going to do it for today. So until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.